Is there a market for my business idea? Hi. So last week we covered the topic of some of the clues that are going to give you a business idea. And today we are going to dive deeper into that kind of topic, but in a different sense. We'll be talking about, is there a market for my idea? So you sat down and then you decided this is what I want to do. And then now you are thinking if that idea is viable or if that idea is feasible. So let me take you through some of the things that you're supposed to make sure you have gone through before you actually start that business. While your business idea might seem like the next big thing that is going to shake the earth to its core of its foundation, your business idea should be able to cover at least one, if not all of these factors. The first one is giving people value. By value, I mean something that is of higher grade to them, something that will stop them in their tracks and feel like they'd rather go for your product rather than the other product that maybe is in the market or of your competitor. 2, by solving people's problems, you'll be coming in as a solution to be able to take care of some of the needs that they have. And 3, which is about making the world a better place, is something that majorly just comes to make life better for people. For instance, I can give this example of Facebook. Facebook came as a platform to enable people to be able to reconnect with their friends, their families and loved ones, especially those who are far away from each other. And it also enabled people to make new friends. This is a problem that people had. They were not able to connect maybe with people who they had gone with in the same school, lived in the same locality, and then maybe they vacated. People who have just drifted away from each other physically. Now it was able to connect those people on a platform. And also people are able to share some of the insights they have, whether it's business-wise, whether it's political, whether it's social. People are able to share any kind of thing on that kind of platform. So to get started, you can start by conducting a market research to see if people are really interested in whatever goods you're offering or the services that you'll be giving to them. Here are 6 things that you're going to be looking out for. Number 1 is the size of the market. How big is your market? What is the population of your target clientele for that kind of business? So you can do that by going to the ground, seeing maybe the place you want to open, how populated it is. And if you find that there's a good population, you can ask people around and hear their views on that kind of service if it was brought near them. Number 2 is doing a research on the type of market. Is it an emerging market or it is an old market? For markets that are emerging, it usually comes with a lot of opportunities. But for markets that have been old, in most cases you'll realize that there are already other people who are already doing that kind of service. Type of market could also mean the kind of clientele that you're targeting based on the business that you're starting. For instance, you're opening a baby shop in a certain place. If the population in the place that you're planning to open that baby shop is mainly old people, it might not be a very good idea to open a baby shop there. But if you are targeting a market which has more youthful people or people that are at their prime ages, you'll realize that that is the age where people try to get kids. At least you're sure a baby shop will be a good idea. Number 3 is doing a research on where exactly you fall under that category that you have already classified yourself. Is your category the older population? Is your category the younger population? Is your category maybe the kids? Is your category men? Is your category ladies? You can segment your services or the products that you're offering based on the specific clientele that fit with your niche. Identifying your niche is very important because it will help you save the trouble of trying to target each and everyone in the market. Number 4, we'll be looking at who are the potential clients. Remember that whatever business that you have picked to start, unless you have paying clients, the business won't be very profitable. Knowing your potential customers helps you to capitalize on them specifically. And even if you're doing marketing, for instance, you're going to place ads on Facebook. If you know your specific clients, even your ads will be targeted at them and you'll find that you'll be saving lots of money by trying to target everyone. Number 5, do a study on if your product really has the demand. And by demand, we're mainly talking about the gaps in the market. Is there something that someone is not doing right that you can easily come in and fill the gap, creating an opportunity for you? Number 6, how is the competition like? Because you do not want to be in a situation where you're getting into a certain business only to realize afterwards that there are like 20 of you doing the same thing, competing for maybe a very small niche of customers. How you can answer all of these questions is by going online and trying to do research. You can get insights from somebody who is thriving in a different market and get some of the information about how to run that kind of business. You can also try and network, attend some of the trade shows and displays, and this will really give you a good information and a great understanding on the kind of business that you're trying to start. Also go to expos, because expos are going to expose you to suppliers, distributors, and some of the people who have some of the raw materials for the service or product that you plan to sell. And one last thing, you also have to do a feasibility study. And by feasibility study, I mean this is an assessment that is done to determine how practical your business idea, how viable or how workable it is for you to start. So the first step is looking at the market size. As we have discussed earlier, the market size is mainly the number of people who will be willing to buy your product or maybe get your services. That is the market size. But one thing I would like to discourage people who are starting out, especially young people who are starting into business, don't be very quick to really narrow down into a specific segment of people, because when you're starting out, you do not really know who is your ideal client. There are businesses who have thrived better with clienteles who are more high paying, maybe the premium clienteles. There are businesses who have thrived better by targeting the medium class income people, and there are businesses which have thrived better by targeting the low class people. So first, you can just start the business by trying to be as general as possible. Make your business in a way that is able to target as many people as possible. And then as you move on, look at your numbers, look at your statistics, see which kind of clientele really resonates better with your business. And then from there, now you can learn how to capitalize on that specific niche. Number 2 is the competitive advantage. What makes you a worthy player in the market? What sets you aside from any other person in the market? Are there people who have tried the same idea? Did they succeed or fail? And if they failed, why did they fail? This gives you an understanding of if you are going to be a viable player in the industry. And number 3, most importantly, is the capital requirements. Capital requirement is basically everything you need in terms of financial capital to start your business. Be it the rental space you're trying to acquire, if you're going to need staff in your business, how many are you going to need? How much will they be paid? How much will you be paying for rent? Everything revolving around cash. The amount of capital you need to buy stock for your business, maybe buy supplies, buy machineries, buy stocks, everything that revolves around money. So that's the capital requirement. Then now, after you have taken care of all these 3, we go into the second stage. This is the differentiating factor, and this is how you come up with a way of making yourself stand out in the market. This is the why will somebody choose you over any other person. And if you're able to come up with a differentiating factor, it will mainly help you penetrate the market in a very easy way. For instance, I always go to the salon maybe to seek some of the hair services, but then somebody else opens a new salon and then they're offering coffee, or they're offering a light snack while you're in the middle of that process. Remember, this process takes so much time sometimes. So I would really appreciate somebody who gives me a cup of coffee. This is somebody who has gone an extra mile to try and make my experience at their place better. Secondly, find out the market barriers that are there in whatever industry you're getting into. For somebody who is looking to opening a pharmacy, you need licensing from Pharmacy and Poisons Board. There are a number of businesses in the market that you cannot open without specific licensing or certification. So in case your line of business involves some of these special licensing, make sure you do research on what exactly is needed in terms of licensing for you to run that business smoothly without having interferences when you are running the business. And thirdly, you can find out what makes others successful in whatever industry you are venturing into, either in the market that you are in or even in a different market. There are several ways of learning. There are people who learn from failure, but sometimes you can also learn from other people's wisdom or also their failures. Listen to people who have been in that industry for a while, who can give you great insights and wisdom on how to run that particular kind of business. And as I wind up, remember that nobody ever won a race they never started. And for you to be able to stand a chance to even win, you have to get started. I hope this was enlightening and gives you the right sense of direction for whatever you're planning to start. Be blessed. Let's meet in the next.